eat. No. When the small one finish.
Holiness, will you take the hat off the table?
That's your place.
Ah.
Dalai Lama is not supposed to eat pork. It's bad for your brain. Go study. I get in trouble if you don't study. The Dalai Lama is not supposed to eat eggs.
I'm sorry.
We have him at last.
Bumbo! Eggs! Look, eggs!
Eggs? No eggs.
Go there.
That's not the way you talk to people.
But I'm in charge.
Of whom?
Can I save the sheep outside so they don't die?
You're rich. Buy them.
Will you buy them for me?
Where will you keep them?
Here, you and me.
Then I'll buy them for you.
You have beautiful horses now.
Yes, I do. Go now.
I don't want to go. My teeth are in there.
What teeth?
My teeth. I remember. Open it, Pombo, open it.
Holiness.
My old teeth.
They belong to the 13th Dalai Lama.
Holiness.
Dr. Rinpoche, the oracle has told me that if I don't leave Lhasa and devote myself to prayer, my life will be cut short.
Please, do it right away, Reddy.
You agree I should resign?
Yes, Excellency, I do. The people are saying, how can Reddy give the Dalai Lama his vows if he has not kept them himself? I am sorry, Reddy Rinpoche, but it's true.
I will resign. But after the danger is over, I will return to the position of regent.
We only wish to do what is best for His Holiness. I take refuge in the three jewels, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, until I attain enlightenment.
Takra, where is Jetting? Where is Jetting today?
He has left, Lesser Holiness.
Where did he go?
A retreat, Holiness.
How long?
Several years.
Oh,
He has left your service. Another regent will be chosen.
I don't understand.
It's not for your years, Holiness.
Why not for my ears?
I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha.
I want you to be my new regent. That is an order. I take refuge in the three jewels, the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, until I attain enlightenment. Lobsang, now?
Go, go!
Oh no, but they found them.
The gifts from the West. These things. The great 13th Dalai Lama.
Consider the importance of the Four Noble Truths. What are the Four Noble Truths?
The Four Noble Truths as taught by the Lord Buddha are the truth of suffering, the truth of why we suffer, the truth of the end of
You are
suffering.
exhibiting too much pride here. Lower your head. Ling Rinpoche is your teacher. You bow down before him.
What are the causes of sufferings?
Pride. Pride causes suffering. You recite. Think of what you know.
I need to squeeze this brain.
Answer.
First, one understands that he causes much of his own suffering needlessly. Second, he looks for the reasons for this in his own life. To look is to have confidence in one's own ability to end the suffering. Finally, a wish arises to find a path to peace. For all beings desire happiness. All wish to find their purer selves.
It's time for you to leave him.
I don't want you to go.
We are old now. You'll be fine.
I'll miss you.
You are a good Dalai Lama.
I see a safe journey. I see a safe return. This is Britain. Where's Poland, Noble?
I don't know, Holiness.
Where's Pearl Harbor? Do you know, Pompo?
I do not.
This is Tibet. And this is China. How many soldiers do we have?
About 5,000, Holiness.
5,000. So many. That's a lot. Certainly we are safe in Tibet.
We hope, Kundun.
Liars! Fools! You learned nothing. 5 forms of degeneration. The red ideology. Danger from within and without. Devotion, skill, regret, failure. Heed the warning of your predecessor, or the war will end here. Careful. Careful. Holiness, we have a letter. The 13th Dalai Lama wrote this letter the year before he died, before you were born. When I reached the age of 18, I was called upon to accept the responsibility of serving as spiritual and secular head of the country. The responsibility was by no means small, and it weighed heavily upon my mind. And then the Chinese invaded.
There was really nothing much we could do other than pray. Our prayers were soon answered. For the power of truth is great and karma infallible. We routed the Chinese out. It may happen that here in Tibet, religion and government will be attacked. The monasteries will be looted and destroyed, and the monks and nuns killed or chased away. We will become like slaves to our conquerors and made to wander helplessly, like beggars.
The days and nights will pass slowly and with great suffering and terror.
Where were you born, Taktra?
In Kerpo, Holiness.
And you, Pala?
Lhasa, Holiness.
Right here.
Yes, Holiness.
What can I do? I'm only a boy.
You are the man who wrote this letter. You are the man who has come back to lead us. You will soon have great responsibilities. You must know what to do.
But to a single B-29 over the Japanese city of Hiroshima, it was the beginning of a new era for civilization. 8:15 in the morning found a 400-pound bomb with a destructive force of 20,000 tons of TNT mushrooming up over the stunned enemy city. To the frightened inhabitants, the end of the world had come. The almost horribly beautiful mushroom cloud ballooned up into the heavens. The luminous formation was to become the trademark for incredible death and destruction. One scientist had sounded an ominous warning when he said an atom bomb explosion is the nearest thing to doomsday one could possibly imagine. I am sure that at the end of the world, in the last millisecond of the Earth's existence, the last man will see what we saw today.
How is human life precious?
As a result of previous karma, you have obtained this human life. O ignorant one, do not fall asleep now. I can't see. What is happening? It's my friend. Leave him alone. Nobu, what is happening?
Rating Rinpoche has been arrested.
Rating?
Kundun, I'm sorry. This is not for your eyes.
Why not for my eyes? Summon the Kashak.
No.
What happened to Redding?
It is very complicated, Holiness.
Tell me.
Reding Rinpoche thought he could return as regent. This was no longer possible, Holiness. There was an attempt on Takra Rinpoche's life.
Really?
Reding was arrested. The Sera monks fought today on Reding's behalf.
The monks have guns?
In this case, yes, Holiness.
I didn't know monks had guns.
No, of course not, Holiness.
Where is Reting Rinpoche now?
He is imprisoned here at the Putala, Holiness.
There's a prison in the Putala?
There has always been a prison here, Holiness.
I think there's some things we need to change here in Tibet. We will have tea, please, Bumbo.
Lord.
Were you hurt, Dr. Rinpoche?
I am fine, Kundu. I am old and too tough to kill.
Now, tell me about China.
Yes, again, a very complicated situation, Holiness.
Your Holiness, the Chinese are once again trying to convince the world that Tibet belongs to them.
Tibet is Tibet.
For a long time, Holiness, we have agreed to disagree. We knew, and we knew that they knew.
Now they are trying to rewrite history.
How unfortunate. Why don't we ask all the Chinese living here to leave? If there are no Chinese in Tibet, we cannot be a Chinese region.
Very good, Kundun. It is time we remind the world we are independent, would you say, Holiness?
Can India help us? They know we are not a part of China.
India is a newly independent nation. They are struggling. They are in no position to help us.
Britain.
Britain chooses not to.
And America.
America, we shall see, Holiness.
I shall write a letter to the President of America.
Excellent, Kundun.
I will go see Rating Rinpoche now.
I must advise against that, Holiness.
I want Rating Rinpoche well cared for. He is my teacher. He found me.
It will be as you say, Holiness.
I need to know what you know. Now, I'm no longer a child.
And so Mao Zedong has called for all-out war. He will settle for nothing less than a red China. Will the Iron Curtain descend over Asia as it has over Russia and Eastern Europe? It is conceivable that this declaration of war, following 20 years of fighting, may mark the final moments of a free China. Mao Zedong is now mounting an offensive in Peking. His People's
Kundun.
Liberation Army has...
Kundun.
Listen to this. To Mr. Truman, the President of the United States of America. I'm glad that you are enjoying best of health and doing good service to uplift the happiness and prosperity of the whole world. Here I'm well and doing my best for the religion of Lord Buddha and welfare of all beings. This is all so far.
Kundun, Rating Rinpoche, has died in prison.
Now do not be distracted as you enter into the coming of the awareness. Do not be distracted. Go to your father. He is dead. Your mother would like you to perform last rites, Holiness. Now do not be distracted. The communists have control of China. Cherisike. The Buddha of compassion should know this. Mao Zedong has presented Tibet with 3 demands. 1, Tibet must accept that it is part of China. 2, Tibet's defenses must be conducted by China. 3, all political and trade matters concerning foreign countries must be conducted through China. What would you do, Holiness?
If you agree to the first point, that Tibet is part of China, and nothing else will matter.
We will buy them! We will buy them!
What would you do, Taktrada?
I am only a bug.
I would reject all 3 points. I would say we accept no conditions from the Chinese. We should hear what the people have to say. I will consult our protective deities. Lord Buddha appears where he is needed.
As you say. Enter. Summon the Kasha. Your Holiness.
Yes?
The Chinese have invaded.
Chinese have crossed the river in 6 locations around Chamdo.
Has anyone died?
The radio operator said 1 man had been killed, and then he said the Chinese soldiers, they're coming. And then the radio went silent.
This week began the peaceful liberation of Tibet. Members of the People's Liberation Army have entered this western region of China at the urging of the Tibetan minority. Long a stronghold of imperialists, the Tibetan people have found themselves living in a feudal kingdom under the tyranny of the Dalai Lama. As the People's Army moves toward the capital of Lhasa, the local peasants gratefully welcome their liberators and happily join the crusade.
What do the people say, Nobu?
They think it's time for you to rule them now.
I'm too young. I have no experience.
Of course you have experience, Kundun. Who else would be here?
Nobu?
Yes, Holiness.
Do you ever wonder if Retting found the right boy?
No.
I want to be 18 when I'm enthroned. All the Dalai Lamas were given until 18. His time has come.
Holiness, November 17th, 1950 has been selected as the most auspicious day for your enthronement.
Yes.
We ask that you be prepared to leave Lhasa immediately afterwards as a precaution.
As you say.